and you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What are you gonna do to me, Daddy?
Tighten my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains, and your mother and sister will have to do likewise.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
What an incredibly stupid movie.
Dude.
I mean... How did this happen?
Hello, what's up, everyone?
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of the Chorizo Bros. We're back at it again. Just the two of us this time. We are going to be doing Troll 2. Where did we go, man, with this? Like, we've been doing some really good stuff, and then now all of a sudden we're doing Troll 2. Which, I'm here for it, bro.
I'm here for it, too.
I'm here for it.
I've been here for it.
Yeah. So, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to do it like we normally do. You know, kind of spoiler-free. 1 to 5 rating.
Well, you know, I actually think what we should do...
I don't even know if we need to do it like that.
What I think we should do... Okay, for those of you that don't know, Troll 2 is known for being one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah.
So you can't really rate it.
But I still think you can. Like, I'm kind of ready to rate it.
I'm not gonna.
So, for what it is, it's like a solid 5.
For making fun of aspect?
Yes, having that mindset of like, this is a really awful movie. Turn off your cinematography. Turn off your, writing.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off your direct. Turn off everything and just sit and just point and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. For that, I'll go ahead and say so too, because
Right.
I've talked about this movie to people before. I actually tried to throw a Troll 2 party like 4 years ago. I wanted to get everybody together. We're going to drink green drinks and eat green foods. As you can see, we got a couple of cupcakes up there that I just finished making. We got popcorn here. That's, if you've seen the movie, you know what that means.
Right.
I
I think everybody should watch it. Like,
I think if you're into movies, that this really lends itself to exploring movies, exploring what they are, exploring what they mean, and then having the idea that you can put something on that you know is bad, and
be okay with it.
Yeah, and have a fun time because
Right.
it's bad.
Exactly.
Not going like Troll 2, that movie sucks, whatever. This is definitely for guys like me that were growing up in the Blockbuster era. Because this would have been something that we might have seen around the horror section or whatever. You would have seen like Child's Play, Chucky, the doll Chucky.
Yep.
You would have seen like Puppet Master, and you go Troll 2. All right, well, fuck it, we'll rent it. And then you go, what in the hell is going on? Which may be how I first saw this.
So you saw it back in
I'm
the day,
pretty
like
sure.
when it first.
I'm pretty sure it came out in 1990.
Wow, because this was the first time I'd ever seen it like ever in my entire
That's
life,
wild.
and I never even. I mean, I've heard about it. I've seen like little posts about some of the famous scenes in the film, but from start to finish, I'd never watched it, and I finally did. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was just like mouth agape the whole time. I was like, what?
And it doesn't stop.
Stonehenge? What?
Yeah.
Let's just...
So random.
Honestly, I don't even want to really focus on... I have the computer out, and I'm like, what facts do you want to know about Troll 2? It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't.
We're actually going to do a Chorizo Bros kind of first. We're doing sort of a double feature today. So we're going to be mainly talking about Troll 2 and just the memeability, just
There's so many
the
things
unforgettable,
about it.
just stupid, just
the lines, like
just being flabbergasted at this thing. But we're also going to talk about, they did a movie called Best Worst Movie. And it's a documentary they made about Troll 2. About the unique subculture of people, watching this movie, but like unironically loving it.
right.
And seeing, we see, I think his name's David, whatever his name is, George
George Harding is the
George
dad.
Harding,
Is
yeah,
the
the
dad.
dad.
Yeah. They focus a lot on him.
We see him go through. He goes through an emotional journey on that. We'll talk a little bit more about that on this, I guess, second half of this. Let's talk more about the first.
Well, I
movie.
think it can be interchangeable. So, like, one thing I wanted to mention about after I finished watching Troll 2, I really enjoyed it. And actually, after I watched the documentary, I liked the documentary, but it made me think too much about the behind the scenes, and I kind of understand how this film got made. I can kind of understand why it was so bad, and it made the authenticity of Troll 2 kind of like not as great.
Oh, you feel like
to
it
me.
took away?
It did take away from it.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
think I had the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I do want to see the arrogant, up his own ass Italian director like not get why people are making fun of his fucking work that he took really serious. I want to. That is interesting to me.
It was interesting to me, but I also was like, oh, that's why the movie's so bad.
Yeah, but that's why I like it. I like that
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, so like literally everything was just going wrong, and it isn't like, because there's other movies that are known for being bad. There's a director called Ed Wood. They made a movie about him with Johnny Depp. That's a whole different conversation we can have.
Right.
But it's sort of celebrating the idea of this director who would do like one shot, and he'd be like, "That's fine, let's move on to the next thing." So he was just like a run and gun director, and you can tell because like props in the background would like fall over, and like the takes would just be really bad. And so there's an almost like, you can tell that for 1990. Like, when you're looking at it, there's a legitimate, like, they could have done something with everything here to make this movie work. They had plenty of extras. They had the masks, they look goofy, but they could have lit them and shot them in a way that were scary.
Right.
They had woods. They had costumes. They had a
sets.
budget for special effects with the green shit everywhere. And they could have made this work.
Yeah, and honestly, I was rewatching it before I got here, and it does have the formula of like normal
a movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
like everything about it, you see little glimpses of normal horror films, and so, but just everything was just really just awful, and that's why I think that's another praise about it, is that everybody likes this because it was trying to be good. It was trying to be
right. Because
telling a good story.
You could tell he was actually trying, and it was just like there's he's earnest.
Absolutely.
And you can feel that. You can really feel that little boy did a pretty good job for a kid actor. I mean,
Absolutely.
for being in a 1990 low budget nothing movie.
Yes.
He did. I mean, I'm not going to say
honestly,
he did a bad job.
The acting was pretty bad, but I can't blame the actors that much.
No.
Like,
oh my god, dude. You know what? I wanted to start off with the camera. Was us doing this? Remember the girl does the dance?
Like, what the?
Okay.
I think in the documentary they talk about how
they do, how she was like, I know how American girls think. I know how American teenagers think. And she's like, what? He's like some fucking 40-year-old Italian guy.
like, what is he doing wrong? And some of it correlates from the dialogue. Like, dude, that scene when she's talking to that dude.
Oh, she's like,
what is she trying to say to him?
She's like, what is the line? It's something so stupid. He'll cut your little nuts off and eat them. He can't stand you. You're like, what?
It's like, dude, what on earth, man?
So yeah, because
and then they make it sound like the guys are like having sex with one another or something. That's what I got out of it from the dialogue.
Right.
And then there's like the scene when they're in the RV and they're like sleeping and
they're in the same bed.
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, I had some questions, and we can get into that, because I think again why the director took it so seriously and was annoyed that everybody didn't see his vision is because underneath just trying to make like a scary movie with goblins, because they're not trolls. Why is this movie called Troll 2, bro?
I don't understand, man. I was like, okay, they're talking about goblins. I was like, when are the trolls going to be a thing?
Yeah.
And that never happened.
And there's no trolls.
No.
There's not even 2 trolls. Troll 2? And there's 0 trolls? Yeah, there's plenty of goblins.
It should have been Goblin. That
it should have been just, the movie should have just been goblins.
Yes. Why?
I don't know. I don't even remember what point I was making because I just got confused about the goblins.
Dude, it's so
confusing.
confusing.
I remember. Okay. Amidst this movie about quote unquote trolls, I think that he's trying to make like trying to be commentary on like not eating meat.
Right, and I think his wife,
that's
the
pretty.
writer,
That's pretty heavy.
yes,
That's pretty heavy. The milk and the goblins even won't eat you. They want to eat you, but they can't eat you unless you're a plant first. Like that's a whole thing in here, right?
right.
There's that, and then there's how they treat this like quasi gay relationship between the teenage girl and her boyfriend or whatever he is. Because the entirety of the movie is her being like, why aren't you paying enough attention to me? Why do you love your boys so much? It's so strange. So, like, I'm wondering if there's supposed to be, like, a gay message in here also. So it's like, yeah, be vegetarian, be gay, be this, be that.
I bet you what it is
religion. It's like beating up religion in a way, like a weird, because it's the cult. I'm sorry.
Sure. The writer, she was... explaining in the documentary that her whole idea about the movie was that she was with her girlfriends and a lot of them were becoming vegetarians and she really didn't like that. And so that was her inspiration, which I actually like. I like that she was inspired by something that was happening in her life. She's like, hey, I want to write a movie about this. Granted, the plot line for this movie was awful, but I do like the fact that she was doing that. So I can't help but think that perhaps the whole aspect of like those guys, she's also using that in her real life situation where maybe she's been in circumstances where her husband or ex-boyfriends or whoever, the men in her life were always
hanging out with their friends.
Hanging out with one another. And she probably looked at it and was like, gosh, why do y'all act that way? Why are y'all like playing basketball and spanking your butts?
Oh,
or like,
right. Yeah.
So she probably was using that as like, okay, cool. I'm going to write this so that there is this weird, like, kind of gay thing going on with these boys.
Because it wasn't just like a line. If it had just been a line, just something the girl says, you wouldn't think about it twice.
No, but
they keep bringing it up.
It was definitely there.
So there's weird stuff with that. There's like the buddy, like nobody eats for like 2 days.
Yeah,
even the guys that go in the RV, they're like, oh, there's no coffee, there's no nothing in here. I'm like, you guys went on a trip and didn't bring any food with you? You rented an RV and didn't think, what are we going to eat, like, at 6 p.m. today?
God,
it's just like,
oh, man. And then would be the first thing that we would be like,
we'd be like, we got to go grocery shopping.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
And then, like, they get to, the family gets to the house and they, like, are swapping.
Yeah, it's like a foreign exchange program, but they're not foreign. They're just in a different town.
Yes, like, what? Like, it makes no sense.
Do they do this in Italy?
That's what I want to know. Like,
somebody let us know.
The writing... Like, maybe if this was completely translated in Italian, maybe the story would have made somewhat sense. Like, for example, the whole trolls. Like, maybe in Italy, troll and goblin is the same thing.
Well, there's a lot of monsters that are kind of like... Because, fairy tale creatures are interchangeable a lot of the time. When you think of just like, oh, if you were to be like, hey, there's a small little creature, you'd be like, what is that, an elf? Yeah, you could say that.
Right.
Or is that a gnome?
Or a leprechaun or something.
A leprechaun. Yeah, so these are pretty interchangeable.
That's true. That's true.
Like those trolls, the little naked things with the tall hair.
Right.
Like, was that going to happen at some point? Or was it like the trolls that like, that live under the bridge? Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many different variations. There's something called a tokoloshe. Yeah, it's like South African or it's South American or something.
It sounds familiar.
There's a duende. There's a lot of these strange creatures in the Philippines and all these different places, and they're all kind of the same thing. They're just like these small creatures.
Right.
So it's not that big of a deal that they're not trolls, but also it's like, well, then why call it Troll 2 then?
Right.
So
every book, aspect of it is just off.
I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is the guy that wrote Bird Box.
Oh, okay.
And the Netflix, they did what's the actress's name? Miss Congeniality. Who the fuck is she?
I was gonna say
the actress from that. I was gonna say Susan Sarandon, but that's not right.
No, it's
whatever her name is. Miss Congeniality. She was in that movie where they had to like cover their eyes or some shit.
It was a cool story. I actually really liked that movie.
He wrote this, and apparently it's like a novel in 6 novels. So there's like, I guess it's a collection of short stories that tell one cohesive piece.
It kind of looks similar to the movie a bit. Like,
isn't that weird? Yeah, the kid in the front. The silhouette, but yeah, I just have this. I don't know. It says goblin. I don't know. I thought it would be
Nilbog.
cool. Yeah, Nilbog. They've done that before. This is a very common thing in the Hammer Dracula movies. Hammer was like they were kind of like low budget, like splatter movies.
Okay.
So they'd tell like son of Dracula, and then it would be just goofy, like they'd have the girls take their tits out, stuff like that. But one of the things that they would constantly do in those is they'd have a character called Alucard, and you'd be like, oh, Alucard, and then he's like a character in the movie, and then somebody looks in the mirror and it's actually Dracula spelled backwards.
Right.
So it's a very common thing to do, and it's clearly ripping that off.
Of course.
Nilbog,
Or like,
the town.
I'm trying to think of like Red Rum.
Yeah,
Like in,
Red Rum, yeah.
yeah.
So that thing of like seeing the backwards or something. There's a lot of stuff that I just don't get. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be smart about this. I'm gonna watch this movie and I'm gonna think and I'm gonna figure this movie the fuck out and go, okay, I know what all the plot points mean and I know what, and I just failed. So the opening shot is a guy in a weird
fields.
like Robin Hood hat. And he meets a girl that's got painted on freckles. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, this is not the story, because you think, oh, it's setting up the legend of the trolls. You think that's in a normal movie, that's what would happen.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, it's setting up the magical stones. This is where the magical stones come into play,
like
or whatever. You think it's setting it up.
Yeah.
And then it's this little boy getting read a story by the grandfather. And then the mom walks in. She's like, what are you doing, son? And he looks over. The grandpa's gone. Wait, grandpa's a ghost? Why did the grandpa need to be a ghost?
Yeah, he did.
Why couldn't he have just been alive?
Right, yeah.
Did I miss something? What does it matter if he's alive? How does it change the story? If he's just going to be magical, he stops time?
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah, you better go figure something out. I don't know, piss on the food.
I gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
Like, what the heck,
so,
bro?
So the grandpa is a ghost, but he can pick stuff up.
Yeah.
But he can physically move things around. He can jump through
doesn't he,
mirrors. What the fuck is going on?
I mean, there's a lot of like inconsistencies because yes, that's all there. But if you break it down, you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to tell the story, but there's so many loopholes that they don't explain, and that's the beauty of this movie is that they don't.
Well, like I said, even if you try to, and man, when I was watching Heat, we just did Heat. And I was like watching the opening credits. I was like, "Oh my goodness, Michelangelo's Pieta," and that means it foreshadows what happens later in the movie. And Natalie Portman's got she has this mental breakdown, and there's this painting in the background when it happens. I was like, "Oh, it's just he doesn't get credit for being an artist."
So you're looking at this chick's freckles, like, okay, what does that mean? Is there any correlation between the freckles?
Is it a constellation? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And just this movie doesn't make any sense. I saw, I was cringing when the young girl is dancing. She's like, what, 16, 17?
Yeah.
And because she's doing like what we would today consider like a TikTok dance.
Oh my man, dude, yeah.
Yeah. Because like, the first time you're introduced to her, she's like lifting weights,
which I thought was strange. I thought it was a dude at first, and then I'm like, there
was like barely any weight on it. I was like, she works out. You can just go, okay, she's a fitness person.
Sure.
Whatever. That's fine. But then she's like looking in the mirror and doing dances, but then it's like, it's not like a song. They could
have easily done like, the back in the 80s where they have like the TV and there's like a instructor.
Aerobics.
They got the puffy like.
Right. Jane Fonda.
That would have been, exactly, yeah.
Right.
That could have been substituted that, and that would have been more American than lifting weights and then
weirdly doing TikTok dances.
So that's probably what the Italians think Americans are doing, maybe at that time.
Yeah.
If they envision us working out or little teenage girls, that's what they envision they do, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and then there's like that cliche of like the boy that tries to talk to the girl through the window. That's like
Yeah.
a classic like 80s. You know, oh, the parents are asleep. She's gonna sneak out. Like that was like, oh, you're gonna sneak out, and then she just calls him a homo. Like what?
That scene is probably my favorite. It just makes the dialogue is just awful, and it's so funny. It's so bad, it's funny. You can't help but just love it. I just love it. Too.
Yeah, it's incredible, dude. Oh man, the fucking overacting gypsy lady.
Oh my gosh, dude.
What was her name? Philomena Kilgore the Third or something. Just some stupid name. And
Poor girl, man. Like
they like put that shit on her teeth.
oh,
And she was like, because they show her later with the corn scene.
that was my favorite.
It's the same
scene
actress,
the
right?
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure
the same.
it is.
I'm pretty sure it's the same actress.
yeah.
And she's a beautiful lady. She's
Yeah.
she's a nice looking lady.
Yeah.
But they have her acting like, I'm like, man, you didn't ask her to dial it back a little bit.
They probably told her that she
just
needed
go
to like,
for it?
like have her eyes like make your eyes bigger.
Yeah, look like a psycho.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has the house and it looks like a haunted house.
But then they call it a church.
And she's got Stonehenge inside her house.
I guess that's probably what they thought. Like, oh, just call it that because many people will know what that is. And it's like, what the heck? You could have called it a cave or something or Stonehenge. Like,
Why is Stonehenge in here?
and then she like puts her hand in it, like fixes her hand, and
Yeah,
and
she
they
can
have to
talk
come
through
and-
the mirror through the Stonehenge.
right.
Doesn't she
and then-
like try to grab the kid through the mirror?
Yes, I think she.
But
jumps
she's
through
in her
it.
house. She's in her house, putting her hand through Stonehenge, trying to grab the kid.
Right, and then she
in
jumps.
his. So it's a portal. I don't understand.
man.
I don't
Beats me.
understand, man.
Oh man, dude.
So, and then anytime they show the milk, it's like thick.
And it's like spoiled and nasty and
So they're giving this fake milk that's supposed to be part of a spell or something. They want everybody to drink it, but they don't bother refrigerating it. What's the point of making the milk bad if they want them to drink it?
you would think it'd be like the most delicious milk
Yeah.
or whatever. So they're like,
Because they're trying to be like, drink,
right.
yeah,
And-
drink as
and
much
that
as you
even
like.
explains it in the
It's
beginning.
free.
In the beginning with that weird scene with Peter Pan, he like loves the food. It's delicious.
Oh, it's that weird like green yogurt. What the fuck is going on in this movie? I can't.
Dude.
Anytime you like say something, it's like there's something ridiculous attached to it.
every even the name of the movie,
Even the name of the movie.
everything about this movie.
You know what?
Gosh,
I have
dude.
to say,
The only thing that makes sense in this movie is probably the end credits. That's the only thing that's like organized.
they just got it in the right. They got it in the right order.
Yes, like that's the only thing.
Oh man. Yeah,
Gosh,
I
I tried explaining this movie to Daniela, my wife, and she was like, "What?" She
Yeah.
had like no idea.
Yeah. Had she heard about it before?
No, she
Had she seen the meme?
I'm pretty sure she's seen. Many people have probably seen.
A lot of people know the meme.
Yeah,
Like even that haven't seen it, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've seen." He's got the fly on his forehead.
right.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So they make them eat the stuff to
So it,
hope that they're gonna turn into a tree.
and that's not consistent either because that one chick eats the stuff, but she turns into this glop of green goo. But
Right.
that didn't happen to the.
He turns into
the
an
fly kid-
actual
the fly
tree.
guy. Right.
And then he has a mug that has a tree growing out of it also.
I think that was they were just like, yeah, whatever. Just he was holding a mug while he ate the food or something. Just fucking
Just be. He's holding a potted plant now.
right. It's like, dude, this movie's just so random. And like the kid who, that one, I really liked the casting for the shop owner. He was actually good.
Yeah. Well, because he was an actual insane person.
Yeah.
We find out later the shop owner
Was straight up
Was-
mentally
was-
deranged.
was being let out on leave from a mental hospital so that he could come work on the movie and then he'd go back to the hospital.
Yeah, and in the documentary, he talks about how he had no idea what was going on.
That I didn't. I almost got a little bit of emotional when that happened. When the shop owner's telling his story in the documentary, he's like, because you see him and you're like, oh, poor guy. Like, this guy's not okay, you know.
You could tell, like, something.
There's something off, and then he tells the story a little bit, and he's like, yeah, I was in a mental institution, saying all this stuff. He's basically telling a story, and it's sad. And then he goes to the showing of the movie, and he comes out, and people are cheering him on, and it's like, ironically, again, it's like there's almost this, like, it's like a joke. And he's sitting there and he's like, yeah,
he probably thought it was just like, wow, they really love me. Like, they love my performance, but they do, but in a kind of a negative way.
Right.
Like, we're praising it for.
And he was like,
negative.
I was never happy being myself. I was like, oh man, this guy. I'm so
I never
sorry.
really thought of it like that. But
Yeah, I did, because he
sad.
said that. He goes, I put my hands up like this, and everybody was applauding, and I was thrilled. And he goes, I've never been so happy in my life. He says something like that, and you go, God damn.
He's probably been through some stuff for that to be like.
For that to be your like best moment is crazy.
I kind of get the vibe that the George Harding kind of was somewhat like that too. I mean, granted, he has a much different life than this other guy, but I got the sense that he really just loved the limelight of being in this film. And it was kind of cool in the beginning of the documentary, but toward the end of it, I was
got
like,
annoyed with him, right?
I got annoyed with him.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was like, oh, I really like this guy. He's really cool. And at the end, I was like, all right, man, like you're kind of getting on my nerves.
I think,
and maybe he kind of felt like that too.
I agree that but that's because they are doing a documentary about this thing, so he's like leaning into it. He's probably not like that in his like everyday life. He's probably not bothering everybody that goes into the dentist's office about his fucking movie.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he was probably playing it up for the documentary.
Right, for the documentary. Right.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
I think if he like jokingly is like, yeah, well, I was in a movie one time, and then he like will joke about it because he had other ways of like getting the limelight, you could tell he like loved performing and loved being in front of the camera,
even if he was
loved
never
being
in
the
this
center
movie,
of attention. Yeah,
like he's gonna do everything he can in that town that he lives in to get some kind of
and
satisfaction.
everybody the interview was like, no, he's a good guy.
He seemed like a good guy. I don't want to like say he was a
but I agree with you. The way they shot it is like, oh man, chill, bro. Well, it does that on purpose. I think what you have to do when you consider stuff like this is the way the documentary crew like edited this together is they told a story through emotional beats, right? Now, you are aware of this, but the way that they have his journey go is like he starts off being kind of like, oh, well, yeah, it's kind of a funny thing that I did, to getting really excited about it because it's like taking him back to that time. And then as it goes on, there's that one scene that really solidifies this, like where he's at mentally. And it's when he goes to the horror convention. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, this is just weird. These people is weird, because he has this southern, it ain't even Halloween. Like, why are they dressing like that?
Yeah.
And, like two people go to his booth. Now, he walks away from that, that scene ends with him being like, let's get out of here. This fucking sucks.
And that's toward the end of the documentary, too.
Right. So, imagine that everybody went over there and talked to him. He would have fucking ate it up.
Oh, he would have.
He would not have been out there like, these people are weird. He'd been like, yeah, I didn't really get it, but man, this is great. You know what I'm saying?
So he was just responding to the...
Yeah, he was responding to the attention and the whatever.
Right.
And so the documentary crew did that on purpose to like make you feel like, his, what he's like, don't people have better things to do? The way they ended it too. Not that, again, we're kind of just jumping all over the place with this stuff, but the way they ended it with him going like, so would you do the movie? If they made a Troll 3, would you do it? And he's like, yeah. And then it ends like that. I was like, because he would say yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
However much he acted like he was getting annoyed with it, he fucking loved it.
So I had a thought, and I was like, I wonder if anybody has tried to remake Troll 2 and do it like seriously. And so I did some digging, and there is a Troll 2 coming out
this year.
Right, but it's in no relation to this actual 90s Troll 2. And I was like, I was heartbroken because I saw like a picture of like the movie poster for the Troll 2, and it was like this crazy looking troll looking goblin looking thing. I was like, dude, that is sick. I was like, they're actually gonna do it. They're actually gonna make this Troll 2 like serious. And I was thinking like, oh, what are they gonna do about the veggie stuff? And like, and then I got really disappointed when it was not. Can you imagine if they really tried to make Troll 2 super serious?
It's like the real Troll 2, 35 years later. What the fuck, man?
Like,
and people are gonna watch it. People are gonna go see it because of Troll 2.
Oh yeah,
because of the 1990 Troll 2.
Dude, they should do that.
If I watch Troll 2, it's gonna be because of Troll 2.
Exactly. Of the 90s Troll 2.
And it's weird that like, did they make a Troll 1? Like, okay, because if they're the naming scheme for this is they're not really related. Troll 2 and the regular Troll are not related, right? But there is a Troll that came out before Troll 2 in 1990.
Right.
So did they do a 2020 Troll and Troll 2 is a sequel to that? Or is Troll 2 a sequel to the 1980 whatever Troll? We have questions. The Chorizo Bros has some fucking questions. What's going on?
Many questions.
Are they trolls or are they goblins? How many powers does Grandpa have? Can you
are the friends gay in this?
Can you turn this
Oh my god.
into popcorn?
That was my favorite, bro. That was my favorite.
I got that for you, buddy.
Wow. You pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
We
brought
were gonna
that.
surprise you on that one.
Yeah, I was trying to. I got myself one.
Hey, I'm not trying to get hot and heavy in this.
I'm gonna throw some popcorn at you. I actually brought you something because we're bros. I got green sauce, Melinda's green sauce. Shout out to Melinda's. This is a great hot sauce. But we're going with the green theme, and
I should have worn green.
if you guys have ever hung out with Jeremy will find any fucking opportunity to put hot sauce on shit. I don't know anybody that puts hot sauce on chips as much as you do. And I appreciate that. I'm not making fun of you. I'm celebrating it.
No, you're sounding like you're making fun of me.
No, I'm not. I'm saying like
Dude,
you really love hot sauce.
I'm living South Texas, bro.
yeah,
I have
you
to
love
have
hot sauce. I'm not making fun. Look at what I'm
Fuck
doing.
you.
This is for you, buddy.
It only has 1 out of 5 flames.
Hey!
There we go.
Yeah, green Tabasco. That's
There
for
you
you,
go.
buddy. And then I got something for my niece and nephew
Wow.
because I know they love those.
Hell yeah.
So
Thanks,
take those
bro.
with you.
Look at all this green
Yeah,
stuff,
so we
man.
got a bunch of green
wait,
stuff.
wait. Are you trying to like turn me into green goop and
I'm hungry. Notice it's all vegetarian.
damn.
So this is a quick shout out to an episode that we did of 9 to 5. So if you can see right there, I made cupcakes. I don't make cupcakes. I don't know.
I've never.
I made cupcake. I was walking by the bakery aisle and I saw Dolly Parton's Duncan Hines collaboration. She does biscuits, she does cakes, she does flapjacks.
Let me see this.
So it's Dolly Parton's cake mix, partnered with Duncan Hines. This is not a paid promotion. We're just. So I saw that, and we just did 9 to 5 like a couple weeks ago.
That's so random.
And I was like, let me make some. I'm actually going to.
So those are Dolly Parton
cupcakes. These are Dolly Parton cupcakes.
Wow!
Shout out to Dolly Parton.
Hey, Dolly Parton,
I want the Troll 2 dad to meet Dolly Parton. I want to hear them talk to each other.
Oh my god! Yeah, they're both Southern. They got
Yeah,
both
very
Southern.
That would be funny. So we are Part of what we do on the show is we just talk about whatever the fuck we want. So I've got some Miracle Grow. Do you know why I brought this out? Besides that, plants. I made a joke on our last pod. We did Heat, and I was like, what if Robert De Niro left with the girl? He doesn't go looking for Wayne Grow. He would always regret it.
Yeah.
And then every time they're buying plants for the apartment, and he goes, man, he's gonna see a bag of Miracle Grow and go, Wayne Grow.
Oh my god!
So I brought this. So that's a shout out to multiple things. Okay.
And it's green.
And it's green, and it's plant food, which is what they turn the people into.
Now I'm waiting
plant
for
food.
I'm waiting for the correlation to Lonesome Dove now.
Fuck. Okay. No, it's not like that. Now, shout out one of my favorite things about living in San Antonio. And going to my local areas, there's a couple of places in like my mom's neighborhood, in my neighborhood, where people really do a good job on the walking libraries. They have these little kiosks outside, and a lot of people put stuff in them. And I think that's super fucking cool. So this is from one of those.
Oh, wow.
Heinerman's Encyclopedia of Fruits, Vegetables, and Herbs. And it's just kind of like medicinal
Like how to-
properties of, use some stuff for burns. And it kind of talks about, I don't know, different grains and parsnips and all kinds of random shit. Now, because what happens, we're in South Texas, they always try to slip in some religious literature in these things.
Oh, boy.
Can the Christian church affirm LGBTQ+?
Oh, my God.
Because someone had to fucking put this in that book.
So
Here I am going,
wait,
that's
was
interesting. Let me learn about Asian pears so I can make a cool fruit salad or some shit. How can I eat to get rid of blood clots? You know, this is a fine book. There's nothing wrong with this book. And thank you so much, guys, for putting these books out there.
Was one of these in each of those books that was
I didn't know. I found it when I was like open the book. I was like, what the fuck is this?
So I feel like stuff like that always happens to you.
Yeah.
Please tell
Some
me.
churches send mixed messages. Is it okay to be gay?
Wow.
So
We're
There's no reason-
We're going full circle on this episode.
well, yeah,
man.
because the boys in there,
Dude.
fruits and vegetables, fruits. So
Oh my God.
okay.
Oh shit. I don't know if that one can go in there, bro. I have no idea how we can make it. That's got to be like a deep cut of like for our personal like entertainment, man.
It's going in. If I get flagged, I get flagged.
All right.
Fuck it, bro.
Oh man, dude. Who knew this movie was gonna come out like bring all this stuff out in us, man?
I think we're supposed to have a good time, bro.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna watch Troll 2 and not laugh? Come on, man. What are we doing out here?
I mean, if you look at it from like a super serious perspective, it's a 0 out of 5. It is the worst movie ever made. But I am kind of curious. I kind of want to do another episode where we do another famously bad movie.
Homie, I am down. I am fucking down, bro.
Because I didn't think I was going to like it. I was like, man, dude, like, I've heard about this. It's going to be an awful movie. Like, I was being really negative about it. And then I watched it and I was like, oh my God, I love this.
It's
This is
so
great.
stupid.
It's
Yeah.
so good. So I was really shocked. It's not for everybody, though. Because there's going to be people that just can't get past that. They're going to be like, what is this? I don't care.
Well, no, you wouldn't ever tell anybody unless they had the idea that, like, you have to be in the right mood. It's definitely like...
It's not a movie where you just go and pick it up and be like, hey, I really want to watch a good movie. And you don't know anything about it. You pick it up and you're like, gosh, this is awful.
Right.
You have to be told, like, hey, heads up, this is kind of the
Right.
mindset you kind of have to have.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to be, like, severely...
Because you're gonna be like, it just doesn't make any sense. You're
Right.
just gonna be like, if you go, you know what, I'm just gonna be okay with what it's doing, and I'm here for it. Yeah, I think it's fantastic, and I am a little bit confused now because we're here doing this now, and if I told you, hey, they're doing a Troll 2 showing, we'd probably go.
Oh, yeah.
We would try to go.
Yeah, I would love to go.
But the people that like the people that were there, like they're like, yeah, we do it every year. I'm like, every year?
Yeah,
Y'all
that's a little much.
Yeah, y'all are like, oh, you haven't seen the movie before? We're gonna put green shit on you. Like, these people are obsessed with this movie. That couple that like was making the masks, they were incredible talent making those.
Yeah.
I was looking, I was like, that actually looks like it's from the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I was like, they were like, oh, it's our first time making sculptures. I'm like, you guys are obsessed with this movie that fucking much.
To make actual...
I love movies so much. How many people do this? Sit on camera and talk about
And talk
movies
about
and
movies.
nobody fucking watches. And, you know, I'm doing something that everyone does, and I'm over here fucking...
Well, they can say the same about you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, it's such a niche, like, thing, and I can't wrap my head around, like, are they like that with anything else, or is it... I feel like it's specifically this thing. Because if we go on a run of watching bad movies, we watch Birdemic, or we watch The Room, or we watch something and we just, like, laugh at how goofy and stupid it is, that is an experience that's fun for a lot of movies, and we can do that with almost anything. Like, they're obsessed with a specific movie, and that's the part that I'm having a hard time, like.
But, like, I think that there's a lot of people that are like that for, like, superhero movies are big. People dress up for those and
like
probably
cosplay,
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, it's not that strange for certain things to be super niche to have such a big following, because even really large things have a large audience but also have this weird kind of niche obsession over them.
There's a town where the Blob, like the old, like, 1960s Blob, whatever, 50s, whatever it is, where that scene happens, where they're running out of a movie theater, they're running out of something because the Blob's in there, and they, like, every year they do a running out of that movie theater to, like, recreate that scene of them running out of the. If you haven't seen the movie, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. Basically, it's like in that town, it's like a big deal, but it's because it's, like, unique to that town. It's like one of their things,
right?
So that makes sense to me, and they're doing it as a tradition. It's not really like these people aren't, like, obsessing over it. You know, it's just interesting because I do think you're right. I do think that there's specific things, specific hobbies that people just, like, really launch into, and it's cool. But, like, what is the filmmaker of the documentary, like, what's his take on all this? You know, because he doesn't film it like he's filming it, like, but not with love necessarily. Like, he doesn't give really a shit about it. He just happens to be, like, talking to, he, like, knew somebody that knows Troll 2, and they're like, all right, we're gonna make a documentary about this. I'm gonna call George or whatever that guy's name is, and see. And then he's like, oh, I'm happy to, come to my dentist's office. You know, he was about it. But I don't get the feeling that the director has this feeling towards this movie. I feel like he's sort of just, like, interested in, like, what in the fuck is this? How are people obsessed with this? Like, look at the unique energies that are coming out of this. The actress that's the mom.
I think from, like, a director standpoint, you don't have, like, this heavy attachment to your work, especially for, like, filmmaking, because people love film so much and they love to obsess them, and it's easy to do that, especially with the very symbolic type, you know, narratives that people can gain out of them. Directors are not necessarily going to do that. They're just going to create their art and just let it be out there and then just move on to the next thing. So, like, I would imagine if, let's say, you wrote a book or made a movie and it was this huge success and people were obsessing over it, you would probably feel similar to, like, this Italian director. Like, the fuck are all these people? Why are y'all doing this? Who cares?
No, I think he loves that I think the Italian director loves that his issue came with the making fun of it. He couldn't get it in his head that he'd made such a great thing that people love, but he couldn't get over the fact that, like, they're loving it for the wrong reasons, though.
Yeah, you get the vibe that he thought that they were, and he makes, like, a comment like, they got what I was trying to say. They really like it. They just don't realize that it's painted in this, like, funny, negative way. I don't know.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He might have been my favorite part of the movie.
I did not like him.
I don't like him either.
Yeah.
But I think that's why. I think he was, like, it was funny to watch him.
He was pissed off with
like,
the actors.
He was, like, doing this shit, and he's watching them talk, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? And he was, like, interrupting them when they were talking. And it was like...
He's like, you don't remember.
Yeah.
You don't remember.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to me, because I just, like, imagining him directing back in the 80s, 90s, and, like, it just made sense why the movie was so bad. And then I was like, oh, okay. This isn't just a bad movie because it was an American director really trying to make a good movie. It was just this language barrier. It was this stubbornness. It was this... And also, too, I think the actors, they made a comment in the documentary and it made sense to me. Like, they were just trusting. They weren't like big-time professional actors. These were just normal people that got chosen.
Yeah.
So they are trusting the filmmakers that, like, okay, these lines don't make sense, but, okay, they seem like they know what they're doing. There is that language barrier, so they're like, okay, I'll just be a monkey and just dance. And, and so now they're just going along for the ride, not realizing that, no, all these decisions that were made are just awful. And they should have spoken up because they probably could have made it a little better. But, yeah.
Yeah, it was just, I really like seeing him. Like, when he pops in, I was like, oh, man, this guy's a fucking train wreck. I loved it.
Have you seen anything else that he's done? I'm kind of curious.
I honestly, if it's not going to have what Troll 2 has, then I don't care, because it's going to be bad and it's just going to be a shitty movie, and I don't want to just watch a shitty movie. I want to watch a shitty movie that has a reputation.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
but it does make me kind of curious. Like, I'll probably try to watch one of his other movies. Like, probably his more recent.
If you were to have me do it, I would do it, but I wouldn't want to like do an episode on it.
No, I wouldn't want to. Like no.
But he was fascinating. The store owner actor was fascinating. I felt I really. Man, I hurt for him. I don't know what it was. I like a sad story. You know. I don't know if you figured that out about me.
You love sad stories. Bro.
I love when I see someone that's like emotionally fucked up.
He was kind of like the Elephant Man.
Dude, that's Elephant Man, bro.
Dude, this sounds fucked up, but he straight up looked like a goblin.
He did, dude.
Dude, like they could have just had him be like the one and only goblin, and just replace everything.
No, he had
else.
a great look for like for what this was.
Yeah,
he looked the part.
It makes sense why they really wanted him, and they were okay with him like skipping out on his mental hospital. Like,
can you imagine him just? How did he ask for permission? You know, when he was at the hospital, how did he tell his doctor like? Yeah, well, I'm a store owner and I give free milk. Okay, Bob, go. Just go. I'll give you a day pass.
Whatever.
Yeah,
he was creepy, man. Those scenes that he was in, I was like,
oh yeah, he did a great job.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said. There's enough here that had they just had the right element. There's one like whirlwind of energy that just fucked everything up. That if that was all correct and lined up and organized, it could have worked.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean,
so you think that kind of relatively like the same plot line, tweak a few things.
We could remake Troll 2 and make it badass.
So. But make it like serious, like not trying to.
Yeah, no, make it like scary.
Yeah,
we could do it with the plot points. Obviously, not the same lines.
Oh, of course.
Oh, dude,
it'd be hard not to want to put some of them in there, though.
When the dad's you think he's gonna take the belt off and it goes the other way.
He actually does take it off. He beats the crap out of the kid.
Oh no, you're saying do a real version? That's the horror movie. The dad's the troll.
Oh. So, okay, that would be the first thing. Would we call it Troll 2? Or would we call it Goblin 2? Or would we call it Goblin? Or just, I think you should
No, we'd call it Goblin. The movie would be called Goblin, but we'll call him Trolls in the movie. That would be the way to do it.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
Let's do it, man.
We'll call it Goblin, a Troll 2 prequel.
Oh, man, dude. I bet you there's some people out there that have tried to do exactly that.
I think people people just have fun. In doing a little bit of research about movies just overall, and then finding out, what's actually cool. I should say this. You can actually watch both Troll 2 and Best Worst Movie for free on YouTube. It plays with the ads, but you can just look it up and watch them.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sweet that they allow that.
I mean, it's not like a big blockbuster, so I'm sure.
No, but it's cool. It's cool. You can you can go straight from this video to go watching it and know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah,
and then come back and like it. Leave us a comment. Also, we've been getting wild comments lately, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Someone went off on us on the Leon one, and that was funny.
Oh boy!
But man,
imagine what they're gonna say.
Oh, dude,
it's
gonna be the director.
Oh, dude!
What are you talking about my movie? You don't understand my movie.
It's the Europeans, bro.
Oh no, that's what they got mad at.
Oh, jeez.
On the Leon. That's what they got mad at.
All right, we gotta. I guess the Europeans are real sensitive, man. We gotta be all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah. We're gonna leave
Americans aren't sensitive. Europeans are sensitive.
Right. We all have problems.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to think of like because this doesn't even need to be a long one, but
No.
I'm trying to think if there's anything unique about the documentary itself or any other like quick points, because
It's real surface level. This whole thing's real.
Honestly,
surface
I didn't even
level,
want to do. I was like, oh, let me take my laptop. I'm like, why? What the fuck am I gonna look up?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you made a comment before we started. You're like, yeah, I was gonna do research, but I mean, the filmmakers didn't do that much research anyway. Like, why the fuck am I gonna do anything for this?
Yeah, I'm over here like putting icing on the cupcake. By the way, Dolly Parton, these are for a box cupcake. It's not bad.
Oh shoot, man, you got me intrigued.
For a box cupcake,
Dude, are you feeling like green sweat coming?
I gave you the poison one.
Oh shoot. That witch. Well, so was she a witch? Was
I
she
don't know.
She was a
She
troll.
said she was a druid.
A druid. What the heck is that?
She says, my name's Philomena Kilgore, whatever her name. She's got a weird name. She goes, of a long lost line of druids. I'm pretty sure she said something like that.
Is that?
It's like people.
It's like
people. It's like people that live in the woods and they do like witchcraft and shit, I guess, or something.
But she turns into one of the goblins, I think, in the movie. So I guess technically she's a goblin. She's just like the mother of the goblins. Or
What? You know, I laughed on the documentary whenever they get everybody together. They go to Margot. The actress's name is Margot. It's the mom. And she's got these wide, crazy eyes. And she's like,
She looked
they
like
come
she
out
was-
here and the guys are trying not to lose it. They're trying not to lose it because she goes, yeah, I come out here and they just make all this noise. And he's like, oh, noise? What kind of noise? And she's like, ee! and they look at her like, what the fuck? And then and I keep wanting to call him David for some reason. George. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, that's weird. And he like looks up and you're going, this lady's an insane person.
dude, yeah.
And
I think he makes a comment later. He's like, yeah, I never want to do that.
yeah, we're never
again.
going back there again. And yeah, they're sitting in her house and she's taking care of her mom. So like, clearly she's a little bit off. I don't want to make fun of her for fucking mental issues, but she's clearly taken over her like old mother who like clearly needs attention all the time, right?
Right.
You know, she goes over. She's very sweet. She's like, you know, we're gonna eat in a little bit. Then it kind of like cuts to them doing row your boat, and then the camera pans over to the mom, and she's like,
What am I gonna eat already?
she's
Like,
like, where's my fucking lunch?
dude, man, like,
So there's like a lot of moments like that where it almost feels scripted when there's like those deadpan like moments when somebody's doing something weird. Like, why do I keep on calling him David? George. When George is like talking to his patients, and he's like, "Oh, you ain't never seen Troll 2? It's a movie." She's like, what is that? You know, they're like,
there's like this like awkward like
yeah,
pauses
because they're
and-
just like, I'm just here to get my teeth clean, bro.
yeah, like I'm trying to watch some shitty ass movie.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care that you were in some shitty movie that no one remembers.
And that's where I got annoyed with him sometimes.
Yeah, and but the great like was when they just linger on the person he's talking to for a little bit, and they're just like, oh, okay.
It is kind of cool that the director of the documentary was not afraid to kind of dive into that because
Yeah.
they could have painted it to where they really want Troll 2 to be like uplifted, but they're cool with just making a documentary, and that's the focal point. That it is a shitty movie, and that's what I really like about how George is acting and everything, and the other actors like they know what it is, and they're okay with that.
Yeah, it's just the director that was having a hard time.
Right. Yeah. And
Well-
I think the daughter, I think she kind of was like, I guess she didn't have Troll 2 on her resume and all that for good reason.
Oh well,
But-
she kind of had a good reason to be like, I kind of don't.
Yeah.
I'm not really into this. Well, because she says like, you know, I was excited to be a part of the movie, and then you know, she goes into it's IMDb, Internet Movie Database, I think is what it's called, like what the full title is, and she like scrolls down, and then it's like all 1 stars, and people's just like, yeah, she's terrible. Like
She wasn't bad. I don't.
I mean, she's bad, but what was she being directed to do is the thing.
Exactly.
Right.
That and the writing, like all that matters.
Right. Because just making her like obsessed with fitness weirdly, and then and I couldn't, again, it just like stuff just doesn't make sense. And like having that be the thing, but having that end up going nowhere. Like it in a story, if you're gonna repeat a plot point, or you're gonna like call back to something, and you're gonna keep going like, hey, remember this, then that has to pay off. In a regular story, that's what's supposed to happen. And then to have them just keep calling back this like weird thing about her not liking his friends for whatever reason, for it to not even matter. Like, what does it do to the story with the trolls? What if you're gonna do that story is she keeps wanting his attention. She doesn't want him to hang out with the with the boys, and then because they're kind of ancillary characters in this, they're not the main focus the family is. They swoop in at the end, and they like there's the one nerdy kid was really good Boy Scout, and he kills the troll with a bow and arrow or something. One of them like saves her. One of them like redeems themselves in her eyes,
Right, so
and then
maybe
at the
that's
end,
the focal point of
and
the
then
film.
at the end, at least her like going, oh well, we're all friends now because Tommy saved me or whatever.
Right.
Just something like that.
Gosh.
And that's just off the top of my head.
And that's just the whole point of that writer was just, I want to paint them in a bad light because I don't like how men act when they're with each other and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, then it just doesn't go anywhere.
Then don't put that in there.
What did you think of the ending of the movie? Not the documentary, the movie, Troll 2. Where it's the boy, they make it a point to show her say, son, I'm going to go take a shower.
Oh, and then the mom.
And then they're eating the mom.
Right.
For it to end in a bleak place was kind of shocking.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually kind of... I like when movies end on that bleak, like, awful moment. So I actually like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I actually thought, I was like, oh, that's kind of ballsy that they did that.
Right.
They didn't have it end in a good note. They were like...
And that's why, like, this movie...
oh, shit, they're eating mom.
And it has a formula for a good movie. They're just crazy to think. Because that's a solid ending.
Yeah.
Not many directors can pull that off. Obviously, they didn't pull this whole movie off, but yeah, they chose to do that. And that's ballsy, and that's cool that they did that. But everything about this movie, you could make it good. You could.
Yeah.
You have to filter out a lot, like you said.
Yeah.
Change the whole dynamic of filter out the...
Go on, sorry. I was
the foreign exchange couple, like take that out. And we didn't even talk about that like priest guy that was like the I guess
and
main troll.
George like doesn't get really mad at him. Remember, he's like they were trying to shove ice cream in his son's mouth.
Yeah, and
then he's like, I got to take my family out of here. We got to go. And then later on, they're like, oh, they prepared this beautiful feast. We'll just sit down and eat with them. This kid was getting assaulted by these people.
Gosh, dude.
It just doesn't make any sense. You know what would have been good is, I actually liked, again, there are elements to this that could work if you just like if you roll the dice different. If the pieces just landed differently, this could have worked, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, having the vegetarian angle on the monsters, and then having him sort of have that, like, the grandpa's like, oh, so the ghost can, like, make bologna sandwiches too? He goes, take it out, and it's going to be, like, this, and you'll know when to use it, and it's a sandwich. It's a bologna sandwich. And they freak the fuck out. So what would have been cool is leave the sandwich in.
Mm-hmm.
But make it to where, instead of putting icing on corn and whatever the fuck they do, why don't they make the vegetarian food look like a burger? It's a veggie burger, and they all eat it and whatever.
But
then they switch it. But then he switches it and he feeds one of them meat, and that's how one of the trolls dies.
Right.
Because he eats. Oh no, it's meat, and then he like dies or whatever. They could have done that.
Yeah.
You know where that's how the kid escapes.
Is by tricking the
Is by
witch
tricking
lady.
the witch lady into eating meat.
Because how does he win? Like, he has a bologna sandwich and he just eats it, and then they all freak out. And
Yeah, and I think he just takes
something?
it. I don't think they explode. I think he just like takes it as they're not paying attention to me for a second, and he runs away. I don't really remember. I just know that it's like, what was the point of it if that's how they're using it? You,
God, I like in the documentary. There's a guy that like made a video game, and like you play as a little boy, and you throw
oh yeah,
double cheeseburgers or
the
something.
bullets or bologna sandwiches.
Yeah, that was clever.
Yeah, it's so dumb, dude.
Dude,
I think
in such the best way. So crazy, man.
so. Yeah, I'm down to do another bad movie. Do you want to do another bad movie next, or do you want to do something serious?
Oh, let's do something serious. Take a break from. But I'm more intrigued now with kind of crappy movies like similar like this, because I don't like watching bad movies that are just like movies that are trying to be good and just the plot line just is not very good, and But I do like the idea of really crappy writing, really crappy acting, and it's notorious for that.
Right.
So I'm down to be more open-minded for that. I think this movie should actually be shown to a lot of people that are interested in doing film, because I think that you can break this whole movie down in a positive way and a negative way to see, hey, this is probably what you shouldn't definitely not do. This is
a learning tool,
right? Like this is, but also take a look at some of the things that they're trying to do, and see how you can understand that formula for success, but change the different shots, change the writing, edit this, or the music. I think even some of the music was kind of funny in the beginning.
Oh, the music was crazy. I was like, the music doesn't match at all.
Right? No.
Well, because what is the movie trying to be, and does the music match that? If you're making a horror movie like, say, Poltergeist, you started off with whimsical, fun music to accentuate that it's safe right now. Mm-hmm. And then when you fucking flip the girl gets sucked into the TV, then all of a sudden the music's scary. So that's how you're supposed to use music. So
yeah, this one, there was like a lot of hard cuts too. So like there was kind of like that eerie music, and then it just like as a hard cut, which is kind of strange, and it breaks up the whole.
The other thing that got me while we're talking about music is when she does the TikTok dance. It's clearly just like some random song. That's not like a song from anything, right?
Right.
It's like
they
weirdly like synthesized or whatever. Now, I was looking at that and I thought, okay, cool. They have to use this because it's low budget. I'm not going to judge it. But then I was looking at some of the visuals in the kid's bedroom, and because they had access to something with Warner Brothers. I don't know how that worked. I don't know how. Well, if you look, there's like a lot of Batman shit. There's like a Batman poster. There's like other things. And I was thinking like, well, so they had enough money to like license using a Batman poster in the back, but they couldn't
get like
afford
a
to just use a song, just a regular song for her to dance to or something. Again, it just doesn't make sense.
I bet you it was probably like just an Italian person that they wanted to work with, and they felt comfortable. There's like, yeah, just you make all the music, like you're my cousin or something.
Right. Weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. Did this movie make you want to go vegetarian?
No, because I don't want to become a goblin or a troll or a witch lady or whatever the hell they are.
Or you don't want to live in Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a magical grandpa?
Oh man, dude, I love this movie.
So stupid. All right, guys, I think we did it.
Yeah.
I think it's time to shut it down, man. We got to eat this popcorn.
Yeah, eat this green muffin or cupcake. Dolly Parton.
Well done, Miss Parton.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
They're not for what it is. It's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Join us again. We're gonna do something serious maybe, and then we're gonna go back to maybe. If you guys are interested in hearing us talk about just bad, shitty movies for fun,
Yeah.
let us know. We'll do it, man.
What's up?
I kind of want to do The Room.
I'm down.
All right, guys. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe.
Bye.